about to see who has qualified. In this one, the next person really impressed me. I was a little bit surprised that they finished so fast, and that was Adriana from Carbon Minded Books. Yay! It's our 4th finisher.
So this is not the best lighting or setup or whatever to start this vlog, but just watched the live show finishing up the qualifying round of Squash That series, and I qualified 4th, which is exciting. But that also means I'm going against someone who's also dedicates a lot of time to reading, hoping they also have a full-time job, because otherwise this next round of 24 and 48 is going to be very difficult for me. So because this isn't like a 48-hour deal, it's like a whole 7-day deal. The whole goal is to just read more time than the person you're going up against. So we'll see how I do. Good morning. I didn't do a great job of explaining what this next round is last night, but I was like just kind of excited about the whole prospect. Basically, what this round is you just need to read more. You need to spend more time reading this week than your opponent. My opponent this week is Jigsaw Puzzler. I don't know anything about them. So besides the fact that they qualified slightly before me. I guess check in for my time this morning between my reading last night starting at 10 p.m. because West Coast, Best Coast, and this morning while getting ready, I am at 1 hour and 14 minutes. And fortunately, one of the things I have to do today for work that I'm just going to knock out this morning, I can do while listening to an audiobook. So that'll be a little bit more time. I guess I do kind of want to talk a little bit about my strategy for this round, because it's just focused on time spent reading, not necessarily books finished. So this may be a little sneaky, but kind of my plan is to try to read through this chunker to like the last chapter and then start maybe like Rule of Wolves, because that's another chunker, and try to get a good way into that. Same thing with like some of my audiobooks, and then just leave like a little bit of time, and depending on if that actually helps me or not next week, where finishing books gets you points, I could just get a bunch of points real quick next week. Or, as a cheerleader, help out Jigsaw Puzzler. But either way, I'm kind of on board with this strategy. It is sneaky, but like I like it. I'm feeling a bit of a strategist this round. Just trying to be sneaky and smart about my reading. With that, I do need to get started on work, and I will check in maybe later today with how much time I've put in, or tomorrow morning. Good morning. So I managed to do quite a bit of reading yesterday, actually. I took the dog on a little walk during lunch. I listened to my book while I was working out. My husband and I didn't do like a big preparing dinner. We just kind of ate leftovers, so we didn't have to spend a bunch of time preparing and making a dinner. So between all of that, I got to like 4 hours last night after, I guess before my bedtime reading. And then currently after like in bed bedtime reading, and this morning I'm at 5 hours and 20 minutes. So I believe my matchup is the next one to get announced for like a points update or a status update. Bailey announced the first matchup this morning between Susanna and Nessa. And that was honestly like pretty close. I think it was like 7.5 hours for Nessa and like 5.3 hours for Susanna. I don't think I'm going to get any more reading done between now and the update from my matchup at 10 a.m. So I just submitted for 5.3 hours. Unfortunately I have a meeting at 10 a.m. so I'm not going to be able to like really pay attention to the points update, but I'll just keep like my phone screen up, and when the message pops up I'll just kind of do a little look-see. Doing pretty good so far. Still really enjoying the Devil Colony. Still really enjoying the Dark Prophecy. I think I'm like 60% of the way. Yeah, 60% into the Dark Prophecy. So I should be able to get both of those to like 90% in the next couple days. And then I think my next eyeball read, I'm gonna do Rule of Wolves by Lee Bardugo. Just try to get a little ways into that because it is a pretty thick book. And then for next audiobook, I have a couple romance audiobooks that I might try. So we'll have to see where I end up. But for now, I need to get back to work. Okay, I just got back from my midday workout and I am sad to say I did not get a score update. Bailey decided to do the score updates in relation to, I guess, going counterclockwise around the bracket. So she started up in the upper left with the people who qualified first and third, and then I thought she was gonna go down to my matchup where it was second and fourth, but instead she went straight down to, or she's gonna go, yeah, she went straight down to, I can't remember who's there. And then next she's going to her matchup with Martine, and then it'll go like down and around, I'm assuming. So I won't be like the last person on the bracket to get their update. We're just gonna keep reading and hoping for the best. I guess time update, I'm at 6.5 hours. So I'm doing pretty good, listening to a lot of audiobook. I'm at almost 80% of the Trials of Apollo, The Dark Prophecy. I'm on chapter 33, there's 42 chapters, so I will stop at the beginning of chapter 42. I need to take a shower and eat some lunch because I have a massage downtown in an hour and a half. So I'm going to listen to my book while I'm in the shower and then make some lunch and then go do that. Hello, I'm doing kind of a late check-in today. It was just kind of a whirlwind, and then to top it off, my husband bought a new car today. So as you can see, we are outside of my normal filming space. We are up at the lake. We are going to go skiing tomorrow. We're supposed to be getting some good snow, which is good news for skiing, my #1 favorite hobby. Bad news for me doing well in this readathon because I will not be reading during that time. But, you know, it's all in good fun. And I will make an impeccable cheerleader. I will be great. I will be a great addition to the cheerleading squad. But I am currently at 12 hours and 45-ish minutes. Did fit some reading in while I was working out today. Did some reading while we were, waiting around for the car and stuff. So I'm not feeling too bad about my time, especially with some of the score updates we've gotten. I've been kind of middle of the pack of the score updates we've gotten, so it just kind of depends on how read-in my opponent is. And because of the way Bailey's doing it, I don't think I'm going to get an actual number score against my opponent when I get my score update. It'll just be who's in the lead. So that should be interesting. But I think since we are up here, we're just gonna have some pizza for dinner. Not doing a whole lot. I'm gonna try to get in some good reading. We'll see.
Yes! So happy! Where'd it go?
Hello. So we got back from skiing, took the dog on a little baby walk, and now that we're back for the night, it's like 4:30. Feels very late because that snow was heavy and ungroomed and a lot of effort. But I only have like 50 more pages in Devil Colony, so I'm gonna read this down to the last chapter, stop, and then pick up Rule of Wolves. I think I'm at like 14.6 hours. My score update or like score check-in is tomorrow morning, but because tomorrow is Sunday, we won't get numbers. We'll just get like who's ahead. Basically, best case scenario for me right now is that like I am barely behind. So when Bailey or Kayla does the score update tomorrow, it'll show that I'm behind. And hopefully my opponent will like ease off a little bit, thinking that they're much further ahead. And then I have a chance to catch up today and tomorrow. But we'll see. I don't know. My whole goal for like the entire readathon before it started was just to like qualify and get on the board. But now that I'm on the bracket, like the competitive urge is there and I want to keep continuing on the bracket. So enough gabbing. Let's get reading. Good morning. So I didn't really check in yesterday, but we just went out to breakfast with my father-in-law and then came home and just kind of hung out for the rest of the day, did some cleaning, got rid of the Christmas tree, which I'm a little late on, but whatever. Yeah, reading updates. So I think I had said I had started Rule of Wolves. I'm about this far into it. I failed to mention that I got to like the last chapter of The Dark Prophecy and stopped, and then started up Murder and Mammon, which is the 4th book in the Tita Rosie series. I can't remember when exactly I started that, but I am now at the last chapter of that, so I need to start a new audiobook. I'm not sure which one I will start next. I don't know. We will see. Like the audiobooks I really want to start, I still have a huge weight on them from Libby, so I'll have to start something that I'm not as interested in, but not right now because I need to get started with work. Oh, and I guess my time check-in, I am at 21 hours and 41 minutes. So I have no idea how I'm doing in comparison to my competition because I will be the last matchup to get any sort of update on how we are doing. Ugh. So that's fun. Hello, hello. It is the last day of round 1 of Squash That series. I'm currently at how many hours? 26 hours and 17 minutes. I got my first and only, I guess, score update, placement update, however you want to say it, in the Discord, and I am behind. But Bailey did drop hints in the form of an emoji of how big of a gap it was. So there was like a little runner guy, I'm assuming that's the shortest gap, a race car, I'm assuming that's a medium gap, and a tidal wave, which I'm assuming is the largest gap. And I was in the medium, so I am a medium-sized gap. I don't quite know what that truly means in terms of hours. I know the largest gap is over 11 hours, so it is probably something less than 11 hours. I don't know if I can feasibly catch up or not. I'm working today. That was a notification for a meeting I have coming up. So we'll see. We'll see how much reading I can get done before 10 p.m. tonight when this round is over. Okay, this lighting is actively terrible, but my husband is playing video games in the office and I don't really feel like editing around his exclamations, so we're doing the best we can. So I just finished up watching the live stream that Bailey and Lizzie did announcing the, I guess, already solidified winners for this round, a little reading sprint announcing the next round, and as I kind of guessed, I was hoping, but like I could kind of see it coming, I will not be moving on to the next round. So definitely going to be more chill of a readathon from here on out. I will not be squeezing reading into every nook and cranny of my time from here on out, which is fine. It should be still very fun. I'm very excited to cheer on. Her Discord username is Jigsaw Puzzler. I guess I won't say her real name just in case she doesn't want that announced on the internet. But I am very excited to cheer her on as her personal cheerleader for the rest of the readathon. And yeah, I think I'm gonna end this vlog here. I will still probably do a little bit of reading tonight. It's time to start thinking about next week and start the next vlog. So thanks so much for watching, and I will catch you on the next video.